guys still see my outfit? I'm trying to interject here, but I gotta maximize my wardrobe. So, at this point in the show, I've spent, and it's not all in order. I'm taking a few things out of order, but I did go really hard on the back house for like a week, maybe 10 days straight. It was just like, I mean, piles of brick dust, dirt. It was just like dirt. It was like, ugh, so gross. So I did that for a while. It got really hot, and so I had to like, I had enough, and I had to move to cooler parts of the house, work on some different projects. So what you're going to see next was actually the day that I was coming in to clean this room, because this room was like, is where I'm staying. There's a bed here, and I needed to clear the desk off. I was going to work on the show, and at 8 o'clock in the morning. And so I started cleaning, and then it was, next thing I knew, 8 o'clock at night. I literally spent the whole day, and really only cleared this like little part of the floor. I mean, I did a lot. It was a lot. So I'm not going to show you all that now. I'm just going to show you a few fun things that I found when I was cleaning. So enjoy that. Okay, so I'm trying to make some progress here. Again, just clearing out the office so I can do some editing. But I moved all this stuff on top of that shelf, and look who's sticking out. That is me. This is from my wedding. So this was the invitation from our wedding. It was a photo by Adrian Buckmaster. Really great photo. And everybody signed it. Isn't that cute? That was a whole time, long time ago. 2012 I got married. Oh my God, it just keeps going back here. This was our merch. I mean, I thought this was great. Took a long time to design. It was our very own paint by numbers kit. It came with paints. It was a pain in the butt to put together. I thought it was just so funny. And my aunt helped like map out the thing. It's very faint, the little lines. I would have done it darker, but back then when you used to have to silk screen stuff, you know? Anyway, funny. Let's look how short my hair is. So funny. I'm a superhero, spanking love into the world. I mean, really, I'm just wondering what else is going to be back here. It's just been so... There's a Bernard Herzog movie poster, though. So I'm kind of like dusting. Sorry, the light's really crazy right now. Actually, this is perfect. Oh my God. So while I'm sitting here doing this, I'm watching and listening to these videos on Hildegard von Bingen, because she's just been coming up so strongly for me. And wow, I mean, it's just so great. So, you know, I started the research again, where I was like, okay, I'm just going to open myself up to absorbing, like take just a total receptive phase before I start trying to create anything. And so I went back to a course by Matthew Fox that I had already taken and reread it, the transcript of it, or started, and then, because it's very long. He wrote a great book about Hildegard, actually, so Matthew Fox to me is like an expert. And I really like him. He's like a mystical Christian scholar who like got, you know, sick of the church and quit his priesthood and went off and like started talking about like real Christianity. And then today was this amazing artist. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry, I don't know. I will link it in this. I don't know his name. His name is Lee McCloskey, and he also has a really cool looking tarot deck. You should check him out. Did a thing. He was a painter and an actor, and he did a whole thing on orbs. On orbs showing up in photos, and how we're all light. And he was basically pulling in Hildegard to say, like, this is like inviting us into a conversation. Like, these things are not here to prove anything, and they're not here to help us define things in these rigid boundaries. They are here to help us expand and to play, and when we have curiosity, they will engage with us. And that, my friends, is the artist's path. Like, that is it. And it's like when you have a real muscle developed of like being able to like go in to an unknowing with calm confidence and play and see what happens. It's beautiful every time. And so he was talking about at length about these orbs and all this stuff. So this is like so cool right now. It's really neat for me because there they are. He just talking about like how they're like energy, and that was a lot of like what Hildegard was trying to explain, that her visions involved spirit coming to her in these orbs, and that they all have an element associated, colors, type of energy, which is why I love astrology, because and tarot. It starts to teach you these ways of understanding yourself that are very elemental. They're very basic. So it was a beautiful thing. But I see the orbs are fading, so I'm gonna get back to cleaning CDs right now. Look, see, and now it's just like totally not magical anymore. I guess they were listening. I am laughing so hard right now because someone was totally spying on me. Did you see that pigeon? Oh my god. That pigeon was like spying. Where'd it go? Oh my god. That's funny because I know them. I know those pigeons. Okay, I just put on the first CD after all this like cleaning. I've been working on the CD collection, everything. The first two that were within reach really were John Lennon Collection, which I was very tempted because I'm a huge Beatles fan, but late career. I was looking for more like solid beginning, middle career. And then so this was the one, Bob Dylan, Greatest Hits, Volume 2, double CD. Like, may we all have so many great hits. And then I turn it on, but I wanted you to just hear all the familiar smells. Hear the familiar smells. Hear the sounds of this old contraption, you guys. And then the first lines of this song just cracked me up. I was like, oh, that's why. Are we listening? She's got everything she needs. She's an artist. She don't look back. That's me. She look back. Aww. Well, I started out this morning around 8 o'clock. I just wanted to clean up the desk a little bit. And now the whole day is gone. And I spent the whole day cleaning at my friend's place again. Got all these, I had 3 peaches still left. So I cut them up, and actually some of them were a little hard, so I just heated them up a little and mashed them with some honey. And then I added vodka. So that's peach puree with honey and vodka. And then I have mango juice, and I think I ran out of ice cubes, but that's what's on the menu. My friend here worked in a lab, so that's why he has all this funky glassware, but it's kind of fun when you're concocting things to have labware. I'm kind of into it. And a little more mango juice. There we go. Got so much pulp in it. I'm gonna go back and eat that later. Yeah. I earned this. Peaches in the summertime, y'all. You gotta get a load of this sunflower back here. It's so freaking beautiful. I just keep taking it with me from room to room. I had to turn the light on. Okay, so I had to go and do this work on myself, right? Really, everyone needs to reconnect with their divine feminine because of the world we lived in before, which we are trying not to recreate now. You know, that's the in a world of polarity, the other thing would always be the medicine, right? So I had to work on, I had already been working on my lunar feminine side for so long because I'm an artist. That's like our domain. Then, you know, I had to actually work on my masculine side, like my sort of like ability to like be reductive and practical and stuff. And it's like, and I've really struggled to be in the world as it is, but keep all of my other muscles intact. It's been at great personal expense. It's really hard. It's been really hard. And then there's times when it's like, I'll get really annoyed because I'll know that there's a person who hears me above the muggledom. And I'm like, I'm talking to you up here. Like, do you hear me up here? And it's like, and then if they deny it or act like, no, what? It's no big thing. I get really angry because I'm like, I know you hear me and I know there's something here. So it just like, anyway, I've just been upset with the men that I have encountered these many years since I got divorced in 2015, 2016, because there's a lack of showy uppiness of just jumping in and being willing to not know, first of all, and just see what happens, but stay in your integrity. It's better to show up. It's better to try and fail than not try at all, you know, and you don't know how far you're going to get. But I believe like that. I really believe in partnership and that idea of the alchemical marriage. Like you do all that on yourself. You find that within yourself so that you're not like, I know how to balance that within myself. So then now when I partner with someone, it's going to be exponential. It's going to be like game on. Like we're going to get life done. You know, if our values are aligned and we both like the same kind of love, and you know, that's going to be good. But just in terms of like living a big life, I think you really need another person. And even to run a house, I think you need like someone to play the mom or the dad. Like you need to hold it down like that, like in a household. Even to me, the houses I like being in, you know, it's like that balance. And I'm not saying that the wife needs to stay home and do all the shit all the time. That's not at all what I'm saying. It's like we can wear all the pants, we can wear all the hats, and we can learn to be better skilled at going back and forth between whether you're the one being poured or you're the one catching it, right? That's what the masculine provides. The feminine is the cup. The cup. So, but that's, we all do that. And there's different times that we need to play those roles, you know, for each other. So, you know, and then also just like being a woman who's, you know, approaching 50, and I'm like, you know, we used to always talk about these like experimental communities and stuff that we would do. Like I wanted to do a burlesque retirement vineyard where we'd age like a fine wine, and the novelty of seeing our saggy tits would draw people from miles around. Still a good idea. You know, because if we didn't have kids, you know, who's going to take care of you when you're old and stuff? And I don't know, it's just been so hard these last few years. Like, it's like impossible to even have a roommate, you know, these last few years, let alone like all the crazy experimental communes I've seen in California just go wrong. So I don't know where I sit with all that stuff, you know, but the fact remains that I think this person that I know could benefit from a lot of help, and I'm showing up to give it, but I'm also realizing, like, I'm angry at dudes for not showing up enough and not getting in sync with that on their own, finding their own, like, feminine, loving themselves. It's all inner child stuff. It's all it feels good to do this work. It's really fun. It's very satisfying. It doesn't really end. It just becomes a lifestyle. It stops being work. So, you know, and I've just been wanting you guys, like, to recognize that you don't have to like have it all figured out when you show up. Like, that's so ridiculous. Like, you're not, like, you don't have to get to this perfect place where, oh, I've healed the thing and I've done the thing and now I'm ready for whatever. It's the universe gonna be like, fuck you, I'm doing this on your time. Like, do it when I'm gonna send it to you, and it's gonna bonk you on the head, wake you up, and be like a crazy challenge. And you're like, what? It's like a cartoon. You know? So it's like, and you are kind of, sometimes you're just healed through the process of, like, the thing is the catalyst that starts doing it. And you can take periods or time for healing and be in communication about, like, wow, how it feels and how practical it is and, like, what's going on, but how do we show up more for each other and work through our difficulties and not hide. And then, like, you know, I mean, it might be getting to a point here where he's going to start getting on, he's going to be annoyed with me. I'm going to go too far. I'm going to be, like, losing it because I'm just like, I've been doing so much here, but I got to go. And this keeps happening because I'm drifting right now. So, you know, something's got to give somehow, y'all. So I don't know what it is, but I told you I was going to be honest on this channel, and that's what I'm endeavoring to do. I'm going to read the lyrics to the song that's playing in the background. It goes like this. We're playing those mind games together, pushing the barrier, planting seed, playing the mind gorilla, chanting the mantra, peace on earth. We've all been playing those mind games forever. Some kind of druid dude, lifting the veil, doing the mind gorilla. Some call it magic, the search for the grail. Love is the answer, and you know that for sure. Love is the flower, you gotta let it grow. So keep playing those mind games together. Faith in the future, out of the now. You can't beat on those mind gorillas, absolute everywhere in the stones of your mind. Yeah, we're playing those mind games forever, projecting our images in space and in time. Yes is the answer, and you know that for sure. Yes is surrender. You gotta let it go. Thanks, John Lennon. You're the best. That's the end of episode 2. Thank you for watching. I'm Trixie Little. This is Artist in the Wild. Thank you for watching. Share it. It wouldn't hurt you to like it or share it with a friend, would it? Come on, give me a little love. I'm working hard over here. Mwah.